Welcome back everyone. It has been a while since I did a figure review, but today I will be unboxing this Haruka and Makoto 1/7 scale pre-painted figure by Alter and Hobby Stock. This is a figure based on the movie High Speed, which is a movie that came out a couple years ago based on this series. It kind of has their origin story, hence why the characters are a bit younger than the original series. So let's get started. Now this was a figure that I bought from someone else, so I will not be able to give a very accurate invoice of how much it was, because I did get it for a discount for taking the person's pre-order. But I will leave all of that information in the description, if I can find it. So let's see. It's very dusty at the top because I did have this on display for a bit. I was contemplating whether or not I should open it, but I finally decided to open it because you never know, a part may be missing or broken and you just don't notice until you open it up. So here we have the back. It has both figures displayed with cool designs around them. 1 scale pre-painted figure. The sculptor was Numakura Toshiaki and the paint master was same person, and then whoever this Dutch person is. So each side has each character, so that's Makoto, and then the other side has Haruka. And this box is just so pretty, that's why I was really tempted to just leave them in there. Here's the bottom, it has all the licensing and stuff and a little license sticker on there. The box itself is really sturdy too. I have a couple other scale figures and their boxes are kind of really thin plastic, but these are cardboard. This is a very sturdy cardboard box. And I love how much detail they put into the box, even with, like, they cut out a star on the top of it. I can't even show you. So they cut out a star on the cardboard itself, which is really cool. Okay, I'll try to be really gentle with this, but I might not be able to. Okay. So the inside of the box has this really cool motif and underwater imagery. There is some tape on each side of the box, or the blister. Oh goodness, okay. These are very, very tight pegs, which is a good thing because they keep the figure in place, but you know, come on. Oh gosh, makes me nervous. Oh god. Ah! Are you alive, Haruka? I'm so sorry. He like popped out because the box was just that stuck together. So here is little Haruka. So they all come wrapped in plastic, which is good. It keeps them from touching each other. And then we have this piece, which you put one of them in there. Hopefully the instructions will show me how to do that properly. Ooh, their bases are really cool. And they have this pearlescent sheen to them. Very pigmented blue, which is nice. And I think this is another little base piece. Really love the water detail. Ugh, I love the water. I got into this series because I loved that they had a lot of ocean themes going on. And I love ocean stuff. You don't get a lot of it. So here is Makoto, and he looks adorable. Oh my gosh. Very nice paint job. Okay, I'm going to put them together. This does come with instructions. Hopefully I can follow them properly. This is my first time putting together a scale figure that has more than one just part. Okay, so this one is for Haruka. This one is for Makoto. So I think I'm doing this right. You put this little piece right here. Oh, please go in. Don't break on me. This is the only thing that I really have a problem with when it comes to scale figures. All of their base pieces are made out of very noticeable plastic. And not the good kind of plastic either. It's the type that one small wrong move and it cracks. And that makes me very nervous. Okay, so I think I got it. Now I'm going to try and put Makoto in there. He has a peg hole on the bottom of his foot. I think I did this wrong. It's not facing the right way. I wish I'd looked this up before I tried to put them together. Apparently a common... Oh, look, he already got some paint transfer on him. See, I knew that was going to happen. Anyway, apparently a very common problem with this figure is that the base is way too tight, or the peg is way too tight on the base. And once you stick him in there, it's very hard to twist it into a proper position, because you're supposed to be able to twist each figure as they're on the base to kind of position them good, because they are meant to be a pair displayed together. But Makoto is reportedly a really, really tight fit. So not only did that happen to me, but as I was trying to pull the peg off because I had positioned him wrong, the water part came off the peg. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I can just glue that back, and it's not even noticeable once you glue it back. But, you know, that gave me a scare, and this figure is $200, so, and then I couldn't get it off the base, and as you can see, there's scratches because I tried to stick stuff under there to get it off. So now that I have that on the base, which is very disappointing. Just to give you all a look, the bases do have licensing on the bottom, and it has this very pearlescent sheen. It's very pretty. But yeah, now mine will forever have that. Once you put the peg and water detail on there, it's not noticeable, but you know, that's probably going to cut down the price if I ever decide to sell this back. And then Makoto, oh my goodness, I put him on the peg thinking, well, I'll just fix it later. I just want to review them now, and I'll fix it later when I take them off and put them back in the box. He is also a very tight fit on his peg, and I could not get him off. So that was very scary, because if you try to pull too hard, you could break off his leg or something. So what I did, I dunked both Makoto attached to his peg and the base in some warm water, 3 to 5 minutes in the warm water, and I was able to pull him off. You do have to apply a lot of force, and he did pop off, but you just be careful about where you grab him. I grabbed him only on this foot near the ankle, so there wasn't any chance that if I pulled one way, his ankle would break off. So there was that, and then if you push a pen on the bottom, I was able to pull the peg from the base, so that was good. So, to finish off this review, I am going to try and put him back on here. I'm crazy, I know, but it's got to be done, and hopefully this time I'm able to do it properly, at least to where I can review them. Fingers crossed. Here we go, Makoto. Back in again. So remember to align his foot, like I did say before that his foot, I'm not going to put him all the way in there, honestly, because I want to be able to pull him off. And already I feel it like not wanting to come off, so I'm just going to leave him there for now and then try the warm water trick again to pull him off. Now, this base, because they're meant to be displayed together, you can put them like that. They connect like that, thanks to the hole in Haruka's base. The instructions kind of let you know where to position him, like his hand is supposed to be touching his hoodie, but honestly, that doesn't look right. So I'm gonna put him in a way that I think is correct. The first thing I want to talk about is the overall composition. It's beautifully dynamic down to the base and flows very well. Silhouettes are important when designing certain works, and I think the sculptor did an amazing job capturing a scene with these two and making them recognizable just from their shadows. Their base is truly a work to behold. Despite how much trouble it gave me, I'm very impressed with the design. The base itself is a hard plastic, painted a deep ocean blue with a touch of shimmer for a cool effect. The plastic itself has 3 ripples sculpted to it that shows me how important it was for the creators to make this figure seem alive. The splash effect attachments I at first thought might look too separated, but the gradient does a good job of blending and giving the base a proper transition. Adding those 3 ripples help a lot, and I especially like how Alter even considered the fragility of the splash effect by making it a more malleable plastic. It appears so delicate as water usually is, yet gives even beginners like me a chance to enjoy something so detailed without the fear of breaking it. These wonderful water effects complement Haruka and Makoto as they enjoy their time together suspended above the water in a beautifully dynamic partner pose. I'm really surprised by how much detail was put into the pose itself. Not only are the folds in their clothes sculpted well to fit their actions, but something as small as their fingers, toes, and cords of their hoodie were sculpted to match. Heck, they even sculpted Makoto's underclothes. Their expressions are very nice as well. Something I've noticed within the figure community is a general hesitancy with open mouths, which Makoto does have here. Apparently, they are something that can easily look weird in real life, but I think the sculptor did a fabulous job with Makoto. He doesn't look off to me whatsoever, and I can feel the gentle happiness Makoto expressed in the anime series through this figure. Haruka's gentle and generally calm demeanor pushes through as well. They both feel like they were pulled from the anime, or in this case, the movie. My only criticism with the pose is that Haruka looks very weird at certain angles, so he's not really a figure you can pose outside of that one perfect angle. The neck extension is very noticeable. Let's talk about the hair though, because it's really quite something. The Mikazuki figure I got had great hair detail, but I think the sculptor added even more than that in this figure. There are so many hair strands and each is painted delicately with darker shading at the ends. I don't have much to say on the paint job overall as it's quite plain, although very well done. The colors don't seem flat despite the simplistic minimal shading. It's enough to give them dimension without making it outlandish. Free was a beautifully animated and colorful series full of visual metaphors, but in the end it's very down to earth, so I think they did a wonderful job capturing that unique magic. I will say that, despite not having much to work with, the painters still managed to add impressive details because if you look close to their hands and feet, you'll notice a gloss overlay over their nails. Something I think might have took this further is adding glossy detailing to their feet to mimic them being wet from the water, but I can see where that might minimize their versatility. After all, one of the funs of collecting scale figures is using them for creative photography, and I know a lot of collectors like to combine figures for that. Makoto and Haruka pair up beautifully in this creation by Alter. I am 100% so happy I decided to buy it and will hopefully be able to display this beautifully and fully someday. Until then, they'll be hanging out in their just as beautiful box. I hope you guys enjoyed this figure review. Again, the only real problem I had was with the base. It's still very iffy, but again, I recommend to use warm water. Just dunk them in there for 3 to 5 minutes, grab a firm hold of each figure, and be ready for it to pop out really fast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video.